Hello everyone, my name is Mitz, and here we're back with Contempt Court. So last time we were going through the beginning of this trial for Vulper's side of the case, with Mapplethorpe being dead in his adjacent cell, and we stumbled across a very, well, strange contradiction about if Vex was the killer and he used the garrote wire. Why was it just wrapped around the bars instead of, like, thrown away or, like, hidden somewhere in the cell, or just, as, we, discovered, just, like, why didn't he just put it down the sink? It's weird to think about, unless that, like, for some reason, Vulper wanted to, leave himself up, like, to be like, you found me out, coppers, oh, woe is me, or stuff like that, or this is a frame job. It doesn't really make sense. It's a weird distinction, to say least. Now we're going on to see what the police have also discovered in their grand old interrogation. I'm expecting great things. Don't let me down. Oh, fuck. Not this again! Okay, we're back. Literally the second I pressed and just to continue on, the game just crashed immediately and had to go all the way back to the beginning just to get all the way back here, just to make sure it actually worked. Okay, hopefully this doesn't go bad the rest of it. Since the first interrogation brought about no results, we tried again with more officers. You better have used the limp. Because the limp always gets in the dog. After more crazy gibberish, he eventually said something. The killer is no one. You see, an absolute waste of time and manpower. Once again, we had to resort to trusting evidence. It had to be Vulper. We had no other leads. The killer is no one. The killer is no one? Well, we can get him, and it was just a phrase of cryptic nonsense. I mean, he does like his riddles. I think he's just wasting our time. So it looks that way. And begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Killer is no one. That's wrong, because, can people even suicide themselves with garrote wire? Probably not. Especially since, the wire was found right around a bar, away from the body a tiny bit, so, yeah, suicide is out of the question here. As the first interrogation brought about no results, we tried again with more officers. How many officers were there? There were around 6, not including me. It was to ramp up the pressure in hopes that he would confess. Also security reasons, so that he can make a run for it. Yeah, I can see that. At the whole escapade of, like, what happened at the Grossberg trial. Well, almost, anyway. 2 were guarding the door, inside and out. Running wasn't on Vulper's mind. He had another way of stressing us all out. With the drivel. You're referring to what was actually said during the interrogation, yes? Yes. After more crazy gibberish, he eventually said something. The killer is no one. The killer is no one? What sort of answer is that? The sort of answer a kook like Vulper will come up with. Sadly, it's the only damn thing he's ever said that makes any coherent sense. It still makes no sense. The killer is no one. I wonder if it means something. Actually, I think I'm giving him too much credit. Yeah, planet crap away. That kind of stuff. That's all he had to say for himself? The only thing of any worth, Your Honor, is more useful than planet crump away. Oh no, what have I started? You see? Absolute waste of time and manpower. It sure sounds like it was. So, we're not gonna get anything out of this. Okay, back to your drawing a duck. Detective? I'm honestly gonna get his beak just right. Mr. Wright, do you have an idea why he's not listening? He needs to practice his art skills, Your Honor. I know, it's just a clever way of saying that I'm wasting my time pressing this. And he also needs to work on his duck skills. It's because the statement isn't worth pressing. He refuses to dignify Mr. Wrong's press with an answer. Doesn't sound like a very important statement to be focusing on, I suppose. Continue testimony, Detective. Once again, we had to resort to trusting evidence. And what does the evidence say? Is it speaking to you? And what does the evidence say? The garrote wire, this to the body, the lack of regard for covering it all up. Had to be Vulper. We have no other leads. Are you sure we aren't missing out any other important people? The only people involved are Rubber Snow, Perry Docks, and Vex Vulper. Snow discovered the body at the beginning of his prison guardship with Perry Docks. And evidence-wise, Vulper is the only one who could have done it. Were there any witnesses at all? What about the other prisoners, for instance? I'm pretty sure, like, if there were witnesses there, like... If prisoners were in that block, then, gosh dang, the killer must have been the most quiet person ever. And actually, wouldn't it be more difficult, like, you know, to kill a prisoner if, like, whether it was, you know, Vulper himself or, like, another officer or, you know, whoever, like, had keys or was a prisoner who managed to, you know, pick the lock to his cell and decide to kill Vulper and just go back to their cell or for no reason. Like, it'd be difficult to kill someone like that when there's a lot of people around. None. You see, Block A has no other prisoners. Wait, what? What? There were no other prisoners? Why ever not? Vulper and Mapplethorpe were the only inmates at Block A. Not too long ago, the chief arranged a mass transfer of prisoners to other sectors. Why? Remember there were no other prisoners around when I investigated yesterday, but I thought it was just for investigation purposes. But why would the chief of police move all prisoners from Block A except for those two? Noise complaints, Mr. Wright. Noise complaints. I don't know the details. Apparently because they were a threat to the other inmates. In their cells? Oh no. Oh no, the humanity. A threat? They were locked away in cells. You're talking about the whole fact, like, if it's one of those prisons where it's one of those sliding, like, mechanical sliding doors, like, you know, like a whole single block, or can, like, you know, open doors. Literally, that can just be easily remedied by having guards just, you know, to move those two around so they don't make trouble with other inmates if it's that big of a deal. Don't let them be alone with other prisoners then. It's that simple. Hey, don't shoot the messenger. If you got a problem with it, take it up with the chief. Maybe we shall. But why didn't the chief just simply move Mapplethorpe and Vulper into solitary confinement? Sure, there must have been a lot less hassle than moving other prisoners out to another block. I mean, yeah, because even, like, the murder happened, Vex was moved to solitary confinement, so it's not like there wasn't an empty cell, like, all the cells with solitary confinement were full. Even if, like, they can only, like, move one prisoner into, like, one empty cell, it's better than leaving both of them next to each other. And if they were that big of a risk, they could just move them apart from each other. If, like, you know, they had so much anger towards each other for whatever reason. It's simple as that. Something fishy's going on. Another good question. We're doing another police corruption here. So did the chief of police decision transfer all of the prisoners? Nobody was around to witness the murder? Right. I mean, only one person alone could have committed this murder. You see, it could only have been him. Well, no, I certainly don't find that situation surprising in the slightest. How is that whole thing about the no person in a block not surprising? Thanks to both the evidence present to this court, as well as the testimony of Detective Smith. Mr. Vulper is in a very favorable light right now. What was he ever in a favorable light? Well, you know, he was in the limelight when he was in interrogation yesterday, so, he was in a favorable light then. Just talking about, his favorite, you know, outer space planet, Crump. Indeed. Mr. Wright, are there any more witnesses we need to hear from before we get too hasty? Detective Snow did say that he was going to testify at discovering the body. I'd like my client, Detective Robert Snow, to take the stand, Your Honor. Your client? For the dog's murder, Your Honor. He also discovered the body of Cedric Mapplethorpe, which is why I'd like him to testify. Oh, I see. His testimony would certainly be valuable to us in that regard. Bring him in at once. Name and occupation, please? Robert Snow, homicide. Oh, there's no... You don't have any quips for us this time. What, no witty pun name this time? How serious. You're a suspect of one of these murders, Detective? Long story, Your Honor. Tomorrow's witness will explain everything. Very well. Now that I've been told that you discovered the victim's body. Oh, wow, what told you that? Would you mind testifying about the moment you stumbled upon the scene? Not at all. This testimony will most likely be how I heard it yesterday. Escape from the body. I was one of the officers on duty in the prison that night. Me and Officer Perry Dogs were just passing by when we saw Mapplethorpe dead in his cell. But noticing the body's position, as well as the wire, the conclusion was that Vulper did it. Yeah, I can't see how you could perceive it any other way, just from stumbling upon it. This happened about half an hour, the approximate time of the murder. I see. So you and the other victim were together that night? Yeah, just doing the patrols. It's an all-around-the-clock thing. I can imagine how scary it must be patrolling a prison so late at night. Yeah, well, nerves of steel are in the job description. I didn't know you were a robot deep inside you. Nerves of steel, indeed. Mr. Wright, you may begin the cross-examination. Nerves of steel? The prisoner's removed. Nerves of steel, pure mind, pure-hearted. Steel-minded and pure-hearted. Right. Now we're about to hear about the crime scene when the body was searched and scabbard. Will there be anything new to add to the trial? Must be something or other. Those are the officers on duty that night of the prison. So you patrol the prison in pairs? Yeah, super ultra important security protocol stuff. Stuffs with a Z. You were assigned to Block A, where the cell those two happen to be. Oh wait, hold on a second. I just realized. He said like everyone goes around pairs. So unless there's like, if there's like at least one officer or something like that who's like on by themselves, that means that if it was an officer who killed, you know, Cedric, then it had to be two people. So that's gonna be tough. You know, the guards will just like, you know, vouch for each other and all that. And there's barely any evidence for anything else so far. Yeah, have fun with that. But wait a minute. I thought that there was a mass transfer of prisoners from Block A. Why patrol an empty prison block? Well, someone had to keep an eye on those two troublemakers. Oh my god. Troublemakers? They're not kids with water guns. I mean, you never know, they could put something else in those guns. Besides, I hadn't heard about the prison transfer. Anywho, you know, Superior Dogs were just passing by when we saw Maple dead in his cell. Just walking along, just like, oh, look at that, he just sleeping on the ground. Oh, god, fuck! What did you see? The body, for one? Oh no, really? I thought you noticed how his bed was so unkempt. You'd be surprised at how many prisoners tend to be dead and make a break for it. So we entered carefully, and that was when we saw the red mark around Cedric's neck. Attention was then drawn to the piece of wire wrapped around one of the bars. The rest of the body's position, as well as the wire, the conclusion was that Vulper did it. Makes sense. There are quite a few things I want to know about this particular statement. Oh my god, it's a three-question thing. What should I ask about? My position, the wire, what Vulper... That seems... I think we already know the other two, so what was he doing? Was he, like, you know, was he going around, like, walking around his cell? Or what? So what was Vulper doing this whole time? One insane person would be doing it at 2 in the morning. Oh, wait. In any case, Vulper was asleep, with not a care in the world. Huh. Mr. Wright, is this statement of any use to you? Yeah, why not? Yes, Your Honor, I would like the detective to add this to his testimony. Detective, did you amend your testimony with this information? I will indeed. Vulper was asleep, with not a care in the world. Are you sure he was asleep and not just faking it? That's what I thought at first, till we woke him up and it was clear that he really was asleep. Huh. Probably an important statement after all, then. About half an hour after the approximate time of the murder. Her dog was killed, Snow's the only person who found Maplethorpe's body. I could have pressed that there, I thought that was the end of the statement, though. To be sure, I need to find out what's done about the conditions of the scene. So I guess maybe there was something new with those other statements? About half an hour past from the time of the murder. According to the autopsy report, I assume? Duh. We didn't know at the time, obviously. Looks like Doc still doesn't know, seeing as he was killed too. Maybe, like, unless we have to, like, present evidence right here, right now, then I guess we have to check these others. Other statements. Let's go wire first now. How did you find the wire? To find the body, our eyes were drawn to the bars. The wire was wrapped around one of the bars above Maplethorpe's head. There was blood on it. Mr. Wright, is this statement of any use to you? Sure, why not? We'll press them all. Add to his testimony. Wire wrapped around one of the bars above Maplethorpe's head. There was blood on it. How matter of fact. How'd you notice the blood? When we entered the cell to check the body, we noticed the wire. Looking at closer, we saw the blood. Come on, mate, get with the program. Huh. Probably not an important statement after all, then. So, if they're saying they're not important statements, then his position was good? Oh, wrong thing. Just in body position. Okay, so it's body position this whole time. Well, at least we got some other info. So Vulper was sleeping the whole time in his cell, at least when, you know, the body was scared by the two of them. How was the victim's body positioned? Positioned? Did Rubik not show you the photo? Maybe Vulper was slumped against the bars with his back to Vulper's cell next door. That's right, is a statement of any use to you? Yeah, I wonder why. So, if the other two statements were not very important, how is this going to be? Maybe Vulper was slumped against the bars with his back to Vulper's cell next door. Any ideas as to why he was sitting so close to Vulper's cell? None whatsoever. We just talking about those old jailhouse blues in the middle of the night, just like, so what are you in here for? Tax evasion? Huh. I had moving a statue in the middle of the night. God. I guess he was leaning against the bars when Vulper strangled him from behind. It does sound like the most plausible scenario. So you know eyewitnesses during the actual time of the incident, we can't say for sure. Well, looking at the evidence, this is what we came up with. A case where the evidence does indeed speak for itself. Thank you for testimony, Mr. Snow. Oh, okay, so that was a whole press hall situation. No problem, but it's incomplete. Since the rest of my testimony bleeds through into Doc's murder, the officer arrested me should be able to explain everything. I see. Nonetheless, thank you anyway. Maybe step down now. If Mr. Wrong has no other witnesses... I have so many witnesses. I said we hear from the man of the moment himself. Oh boy. Agreed. I want Mr. Vulper to really explain himself. The court will now take a 15-minute recess. So I'll be hearing from Vulper next. So far, the testimonies and evidence all point to him. Did he really do it? Court is adjourned. I don't think of anything else, really. All those testimonies so far, like, literally bled up nothing really new about it. Yeah, like, honestly. Mostly just repetitions of what we already know. And literally, nothing new has come up from the interrogation of Vulper himself, so this is gonna be fun. Court is back in session. Mr. Brisbane, would you... Vex Vulper, get your sorry self up here! Now! Okay, I wonder why you're so hostile. We all know your name and how much of a scumbag you are. So just get on with... You do? Oh, but I haven't introduced myself, my boy. What the? My name is Titus Crump. Oh, God. Oh, no, he's doing the freaky Crump thing again. I'm a millionaire of sorts, and therefore don't require what you would classify as a job. Mr. Brisbane, what is he doing? I don't know. I don't even think I want to know. Mr. Vulper, we know it is you. Stop playing around and take this seriously. It reminds you that your very life is on the line. Why didn't you say it was me you wanted? Right, you listen to me closely, you... Brisbane, my old friend, it's been too long, too long. Wait, no. Friend? That can't be right. Friend would suggest friendliness or something to that effect. What's that I'm looking for? Oh, yes. Cyclopic, monovisual, pyrocactic person. Oh boy, this is gonna be one heck of a ride. And it's gonna be one heck of a roller coaster ride. It's gonna be fun. Silence! If we can get back to the murder now? No, I want to hear some more drivel. It's entertaining. Oh, my favorite subject. Apart from me, of course. You under suspicion for the murder of Cedric Maplethorpe. You face the overwhelming evidence against you. How do you plead? Not guilty. Huh. You deny the charges? Yes. Well, in that case, you'd have no trouble in testifying about what happened, would you? No. He's turning meek all of a sudden. Maybe the weight of the whole situation has sunk in. Or maybe just messing with us again. It's so difficult to tell. Yes, I'll testify. Very well, let me begin. I hear so much as breathe suspiciously. Oh my god. Damn it, Brisbane, it's not gonna take your eye out. Get over it! I just chopped your arm off those years ago. Get over with. It's not like I messed up your life or anything. You fucker! Your stupid nickname back, didn't you? Stop whining. It was a good shot, though, wasn't it? Testimony, now! I guess before Brisbane develops an aneurysm. Or the judge, for that matter. This is what happened. Quotation marks. Last time I saw Sutter, he was alive. The sleep as always, only be woken up by Snow and some other guy. I saw Sutter lying down in his bed. They had the nerve to blame me. And they took me away for interrogation. That's up to a crime I didn't even commit. Huh. That's short and sweet. So you're saying that your view of the crime scene was different to what we have been told? It actually kind of lines up with Snow said before. Like he was sleeping. I guess a matter of like whether proving or not it was Vex that did it, he was asleep the whole time, or like he did do it. Oh wait. Oh yeah, the DNA on the garrote wire. It can also be a thing of like, if this wasn't Vex, then like someone just broke in, like unlocked a cell and like had him hold it. But Occam's razor suggests he was the one who did hold it and killed him, but well, this isn't just another waste of your time, Mr. Vulper. Never mind you're on the very thin ice as it is. Oh, please. I'm the bottom of seriousness. I very much doubt that, but examination is required nonetheless. Mr. Wright, are you prepared to begin? In a manner of speaking? I guess so, Your Honor. As close to being prepared as I'll ever be. Okay, how many times am I going to keep doing this? I swear to God, I say, I know I went through these games before, but the smaller details, I don't quite remember, and it's still, Psychic is 100. This is what happened. Saw Cedric, he was alive. And when was the last time you saw me before? In the middle of the day, of course. Before I went to sleep. It's light out at 11 p.m., so we both went to sleep roughly at the same time. Just an ordinary end to a bog tenuous, joyous day in the life of me. But I was asleep as always, only to be woken up by Snow and some other guy. Did they say why they woke you up? Oh, yes. They first read me my rights before I even fully regained consciousness. I was being handcuffed by having to clipped over to the cell. So lying down in his bed, and they had the nerve to blame me. Huh, a second. He was lying dead in his bed? If he's lying in his bed, how did he know he was dead? Oh look, Righty Boy's a poet, he doesn't know it. I'm not a rapper. Wait a minute. That rhymed! I guess I'm a poet too. Okay. Will you answer the question? Question. Are you telling me, or was it just a suggestion? That was funny. Answer the damn question! Alright. Still the other guy said I was under arrest and suspicion of murdering Cedric. Arresting a prisoner? That's rich. Oh yeah, that's how I knew he was dead. I looked over and saw him lying in his bed. It took me away for interrogation to fess up for a crime I didn't even commit. There's a part of me that wants to keep pressing on, but I think we already know what to do right here. Let's try it. Vex Vulper? Phoenix Wright! Huh? Oh, sorry. I thought this was the part of the day where we shout out names for no reason. Hi, Judge, Your Honor. Oh, hi, Brisbane. Fucking get to the point! Why did I get that feeling that he's being deadly serious, too? Anyway, I have a problem with your testimony. You're saying that you saw Mapplethorpe lying dead in his bed? Yeah, he was. And? That's impossible. Impossible? Impossible is not possible? The polar opposite of possible? Oh, God. Yeah, that. As you can see from this photograph of the body, Mapplethorpe's body was slumped against the bars that separated the two cells. He was not in bed when he was killed. So where did this notion that he was lying in bed come from? He was lying in his bed when I woke up, I swear. Huh. Mr. Vulper, perjury is a serious offense. But, what? Ha! I knew you were lying all along. I now gotta finish what Snow and Doc started. Declare your guilt right now and put an end to this time-wasting travesty of a trial. Oh, the voice man. No! Everyone listen to me now! That Smith guy's talking crap! That wasn't how it happened! Oh, I forgot. Since the detective is lying about his testimony? Mr. Wright, what do you think we should do? Vulper seems adamant about saying that he saw the crime scene differently than everybody else. Is he telling the truth? Is the one way to find out? I say we hear him out, Your Honor. He claims to be telling the truth, that the crime scene was a different condition. We can only find out through further testimony. Objection. Oh boy. Are you out of your mind? Am I the only one in this room with a brain? Well, I mean, you have pink eye and like your brain's kind of that. So I guess, maybe? Quite the contrary, Brisbane. You're the one in the room who isn't using their brain. What did you say? Well, I mean, you're not called Brisbane, you're called Brisbane, so, you know. Well, what do I know? Throughout this trial so far, you haven't put any thought into anything. You're not interested in finding the truth. You just want to get Vulper guilty as quickly as possible. I've said many times already, I'm not defending Vulper, as per the conditions of this case. Being a mass murderer, I admit that he's most likely the perpetrator of this crime. But unless we examine the case thoroughly, how will we know for sure? We're here today to find out what happened in the prison that night, not to blindly persecute. Your mentor, Manfred von Karma, it's obviously picked up his manner of prosecuting. You don't bother looking for the truth. Instead, you stick to his level of prosecuting, using intimidation to get your way. And when you don't, you throw tantrums like a spoiled child. Oh, you're really railing into him. I would like to request further testimony, Your Honor. Yes, of course. Mr. Vulper, if you would be so kind. And we're just gonna skip over that. At least someone wants to listen to me. You're my new best friend, Phoenix Wright. Oh, wow, look at that. I got a new best friend. Hey, don't get carried away. No friends to the end. An end to the friends. Testimony, now. Yeah, I can do that. Wait, you mean testimony isn't telling you what I know, or do you mean testimony, as in the money being tested? What the hell is a money anyway, and why do they need to be tested so much? Would you like me to declare you guilty right now and have you sent to death row? Oh, yeah, no? First one it is, then. The judge is really losing his patience with Vulper. I know this will affect the verdict. What does Vulper mean by things aren't the way he remembers? How was the crime scene different through his eyes? How I remember the crime scene. That Smith guy's talking crap. That's not the way I remember things. When I was woken up by snow, I looked over into the next cell. Yeah, Smith was dead, but he was lying on his bed. And the wire. What damn wire? There was nothing like that around. I'm telling the truth here. I didn't kill anyone. You realize that your testimony directly clashes with those of the both detectives? I know who out of you and them I shouldn't rather believe. Mr. Wright, it's up to you to find out whether or not Vulper's argument holds water. I mean, I don't think he has any cups on hand, so yeah. By finding any evidence to support or denounce his claims. Holds water. You folks know what else holds water? A bucket. Just thought you'd like to know that. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess sponges in a well. Well, it's not more like contained, it's like more soaked inside. It can also be held by a cup or a mug. Get to the point! Okay. And hey, it's true. See? I am capable of telling the truth. Technically speaking. Which is exactly what this testimony is. Just shoot me now. Too bad Marshall's not here. Mr. Wright, you may begin the cross-examination. Good luck. Thanks. This guy's talking crap. That's not the way I remember things. Oh my god. Not how you remember things? Yeah, if you listen, I'll explain what I'm talking about. When I was woken up by snow, I looked over to the next cell. So that's another blank statement, let's see. He was lying on his bed. The wire ripped in wire, there was nothing like that around. Let's go here? If he was lying on his bed, how could you tell if he was dead other than asleep? He was such a clean freak, it was true, untrue. The past few days he was in prison, he was always made his bed so tidy and precise. His built just like that, with him lying on top of it. Maybe the shades of his bed look rather disturbed, but that still doesn't account for the fact that his body wasn't there when he was killed. So this would mean that it is likely that the victim wasn't asleep that night? Exactly, Your Honor. I mean, obviously. keeping open the possibility of Vulper still being the culprit, seeing as the only way he could strangle the victim would be if he reached through the bars. Maybe Thor would have had to be awake and sitting near the bars for it to happen. There's one thing you're forgetting about, Righty boy, my old chum. Oh my god, it's just all the voice for Vulper just all goes on. Vinny boy, my old chum. Vinny boy. And the wire, what damn wire? There's nothing like that around. Vinny boy. Vinny righty boy. What do you mean by that? The future is now, old man. Wire. I never saw a wire at the time. You ever saw it? Or are you trying to deny its existence? Oh, come on, righty boy. Me and Sinister were both murderers. Do you really think the police would just give us something as murder-causing as this? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I wouldn't leave this sort of stuff lying around the cells. Maybe you had this whole time and you were hiding in your playing card decks. I mean, I guess the police would figure it out. Or unless it's a person like, you know, just like, I don't want to deal with this right now. I tell you, I've never seen this before in my life. And that's a point. Where did the wire come from? To tell the truth here, I didn't kill anyone. Vulper, do you swear in your life that you didn't kill the victim? Mr. Maplethorpe? My life isn't exactly worth swearing on, is it? I'm a disgrace to living, a murderer, and the lowest of low. Finally, something we all can agree on. Oh, you should have trapped him. This is all I had to swear on? Yes, I swear. I don't exactly trust Vulper, but I'm starting to doubt my mistrust of him. I'm starting to doubt my doubts of him. So I'm gonna doubt that doubt and doubt until my doubts are cleared up. Is he telling the truth? That's nonsense. I investigated crimes for myself. Vulper says he saw things differently to what I saw? As well as what Detectives Smith and Snow say? I think a lot of pressing is required for testimony this big and possibly groundbreaking. But Snow looked over to the next cell. I guess we'll press everything just to be sure. Why'd you look over there? Hello? Because they said they were arresting me for Cedric's murder, perhaps? Obviously looked in this cell to see if he really was dead. Yes, he was dead, but he was lying in his bed. The wire, what damn wire? There was nothing like that around. Tell the truth here, I didn't kill anyone. We press everything, so we have to present something here then? The deputy was lying in his bed. And the wire, what damn wire? There was nothing like that around. Let me see something. The wire. Before it bears a trace of blood, DNA results show the Vulper held it. So even though if you say, like, there's no way the wire was around, you still held it, although there's the whole thing about, like, if someone else, like another officer, opened your door and just, like, had you hold it just to frame you? But we have no evidence to do that, so... we present that here? Nope. So... I think you pressed everything, though. Let's see. This guy's talking crap. That's not the way I remember things. I was woken up by Snow. I looked over at the next cell. The answer was dead, but he was lying in his bed. The wire, what damn wire? There was nothing like that around. The truth, I didn't kill anyone. I mean, you did kill some other people. Did we press this or not? Vulper, do you swear in your life? Okay, yeah, we did that before. So we've pressed everything, right? Unless this is another case where, like, we pressed... I don't remember things. Unless this is the whole thing where we pressed today, just like a couple more times and new information comes about. Lying in his bed. Yeah, all of the suppression's down, and it doesn't seem like there's any, like, clear, like, thing. I can only imagine this is another case of, like, jumping the shark of, like, well, if, like, Maris didn't kill someone, then who did? It was the victim himself, that kind of thing. Oh, well. Oh, boy. People said there was going to be quite a lot of that in this case. I wonder if this is the first step to that. Oh, boy. So I guess we'll leave this off here. Like, I'm pretty sure we're farting around. It's already time. So we'll just leave it up to there. But, if Vulper's telling the truth, then it means that literally Wait, that means the state of the crime happened changed quite a bit from when Snow was here, but Snow says the body was like propped against the bars like the picture shows. So like it's either Snow's lying or Vulper's lying, or somehow there's a way to prove both of that true? I don't know. I don't doubt, like, Next thought is like he overlooked like Maplethorpe's body against the bars and just like looked at his bed and maybe saw some sort of outline or something like that. I don't know. Like, I know there's a whole thing in prisons about him making a fake blanket pillow body. Maybe. Don't think that's what the case here is though. Seems like a lot of effort just to do that. Doesn't make too much sense, so I guess we'll figure out next time. So, have a fun time watching this I am playing as. See you next time, what time may be, and I all hope you fantastic day.